Welcome to 312, the HRP Podcast, and welcome to 2026. We made it, folks. It was touch and go there a few times, but here we are in the big 2026. We all want to know what's going to happen this year, and in the ever-changing regulatory compliance world in which HRP operates, we asked some of our experts, thought leaders across the company, what their 2026 predictions would be. So coming up in our Work Hard segment, we've got interviews with those folks. We're going to hear their predictions, unpack them a little bit, and get ready to revisit them in 2027 to see how they did. That's our Work Hard segment. And over in the Play Hard segment, we're going to talk New Year's resolutions. Not content to leave it to fate, we are manifesting these resolutions into the year 2026, and you can join HRP staff in that discussion on our YouTube channel, where in addition to the audio, which you can listen to here, there will be the video segment for Play Hard. All right, folks, we're ready to dive into 2026, and we're ready to dive into these interviews.
This is Jason Beach from HRP here in our Farmington, Connecticut office. I'm a principal and regional office manager, licensed environmental professional.
Nice.
My forecast for 2026 is that the industry here in the state of Connecticut, in particular the environmental consulting industry, is going to be quite chaotic. There's a new regulation, release-based cleanup regulations, coming into effect in about 6 weeks, March 1st, 2026. There's a lot of questions around how those regulations are going to be rolled out, how they impact deals, how they impact sites that are already in the property transfer program, new issues that may arise, etc. So I'm anticipating quite a bit of chaos here in the next several months, probably for most of 2026. But with that, I think there's obviously going to be a lot of consulting opportunities. I think another related part of this prediction is, or this forecast for 2026, is that there's going to be more opportunity to collaborate with environmental attorneys, real estate attorneys, other consulting firms, and importantly with the regulators. So even though there's a lot of chaos potentially going to happen here in Connecticut, I think that this is a good opportunity for all of us to really undertake collaboration that's going to be needed to make this a successful program for our state.
Can you tell us a little bit more about yourself as well, Jason? What is your background and experience in Connecticut and kind of what you do here?
Sure. So I'm currently a regional office manager, which means that I oversee the day-to-day business development efforts, client experiences, and just management of all projects across all of the HRP Connecticut enterprise. We've got about 45 technical staff here in Connecticut between our Farmington headquarters office and Derby, Connecticut practice, the environmental due diligence, remediation efforts here, as well as a very robust environmental health and safety practice. And lastly, we've got a good civil engineering group here that does a lot of environmental engineering projects in support of our day-to-day activities. Mm-hmm. I've been with the firm this is actually my 25th year, 2026. So I came to HRP right out of school in 2001 in June, and figured I'd be here for a couple of years, and who knows from there, Tom. But it's a great company to work for. Been here a quarter century now, and really excited about what I've done so far. And like a lot of people at HRP, I can say that working with my peers here at the firm is one of the most enjoyable things about the job. So,
nice. So your prediction is about a chaotic landscape in the state of Connecticut in 2026, which specifically references the new release-based cleanup regulations. Can you tell us more about that? But first, what is the current and historical regulatory environment framework in the state? Kind of describe that, what the new regs are, these new RBCRs, and kind of tell us why you think it's going to be a chaotic situation. And of course, for those who haven't been able to check it out, Jason and I have done a whole series that you can find on our YouTube going into great detail about exactly this topic. But for this podcast, Jason, can you give us, a few minutes on what's going on there?
Sure. So I'd say a lot of our environmental due diligence and remediation project work here in the Connecticut office is centered and driven by the Connecticut property transfer law. That's a law that's been around for several decades and is applicable to certain ownership transfers for properties that are considered establishments as it's defined by the law. And basically an establishment, not to get too technical, includes sites like dry cleaning establishments, auto body repair facilities, furniture stripping facilities, which I don't think there's a lot of in the state, although I have actually worked on a couple of sites that were establishments because of that activity. And then the one that I think caught most of the sites was if they've ever generated more than 100 kilograms of hazardous waste in a 1 month period after RCRA came into being in the 80s. So that's been a driver for our consulting work here in Connecticut for, like I said, several decades.
Yeah, and those who aren't in the industry, that might seem like kind of an eclectic list of places, but for those of us who are in this industry, we know those are sites of a lot of contamination and pollution.
Yep. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Importantly, though, gasoline filling stations were not part of that typically. They were exempted, and I think that probably is rooted in part because they had better lobbyists than some of these other industries.
Than the independent dry cleaners.
Exactly. So anyway, that's sort of what's been driving a lot of our environmental remediation work here in the state for decades. The state recognized that program was not really fair. Looking at things like there's certain sites that are exempted, but that doesn't mean that they don't have environmental liabilities and impacts to our environment. So the state listened to its constituents, and it took some time, but the state legislature, working with Connecticut Deep and several working groups, were able to develop, they passed a law that said that the sunsetting of the Transfer Act needed to happen and integrating this new release-based cleanup program. And so the last several years, the state's been working with different working groups to develop the details of what these new regulations are looking like. And that was finalized last year. And again, the effective date for the release-based cleanup regulations is March 1st, 2026. So this new set of regulations is, I think it's going to be more streamlined. It's more risk-based versus just qualifying as an establishment. It really kicks in when there's an actual discovery of a release. Yeah. So I think it makes more sense from that perspective.
Yeah, it's not this catch-all thing. Exactly. It's like there actually has to be reason to believe that it probably is something there, or just that there really is, and then it gets...
Exactly. So under the old program, the Transfer Act, it was a lot of guilty until you prove yourself innocent, whereas with this, it doesn't get started until there's an actual discovery of a release, and then it's off to the races. And when there's a discovery of a release, it's going to require site characterization of that release to understand the full extent and risk associated with the release and what the potential sensitive receptors are, whether it's somebody's drinking water supply well, kids playing on a playground that may be exposed to contaminated soil, sensitive wetland complexes, things like that are going to be considered more. So again, it's more of a risk-based program that's geared toward addressing known releases.
Sounds like a huge change, swapping from 30-ish years of this to this total new framework.
That's right. Yeah. It is. Long term, I'm hopeful that it's going to be helpful to the state, to businesses, to property owners. Hopefully it mitigates some uncertainty down the road for folks doing business deals, whether they're buying or selling a property or a business. So long term, despite the near term chaos that I'm predicting in 2026, I think, again, if we can have good collaboration amongst the various stakeholder groups, including consultants working hand in hand with the regulators and with the regulated entities, I'm hopeful that we'll work through this chaotic change and come out on the back end of it with a better program that's more usable for all of us.
Any advice or words of comfort for our Connecticut-based clients that are going to be impacted?
Stay informed. Knowledge is power in this, and there's a lot to learn. So certainly follow all of our social media pages and YouTube channel to get the latest intel on new guidance and interpretation of some of the complexities of this new set of regulations. And if you have questions, you know how to reach us. Give us a call or shoot us an email.
Absolutely.
Some advice.
that's the chaos predicted for 2026. Yep. Do you have maybe a fun prediction, something a little lighthearted to take us out?
Yeah, a couple things. So on my spare time, if I'm not playing with the kids or taking them to soccer practice and stuff, I like to pretend I'm a homesteader at home. So
sure, yeah.
I've got a flock of chickens, and I like to do things like tap maple trees in the backyard and stuff. So this year I'm predicting a good maple syrup flow.
Excellent.
So, yeah.
Well, I hope to see some of that maple syrup make it into the office then.
Sounds good.
In case.
Great.
All right, Jason, thanks so much
Tom.
for joining us.
Thank you.
My name's Louise Slate. I'm Federal Contracts Manager with HRP Associates, and I believe that in the federal market, 2026 is going to be unlike anything that we have seen before.
Louise, thanks so much for joining us on this episode. Before we get into your prediction, I'd love to hear a little bit more about yourself and your background here and kind of the role that you're taking on now at HRP.
I joined HRP in order to diversify your services into the federal marketplace. My background is largely been providing services to the Navy and the Marine Corps, Army Corps to the less extent, but I've been working in the federal space for, close to 20 years now, and I'm seeing some changes in the year to come in terms of the way doing business with the federal government is changing.
And what makes you think that 2026 will be so different than previous years?
Well, for one thing, the current administration is updating or revising the federal acquisition rules, and there are some things that came out in the NDAA, the National Defense Authorization Act, that indicate that they're trying to remove some obstacles in order to make federal contracting a little bit simpler, raising some ceilings so that bigger contracts can be approved at a lower level of authority, things like that. They're also really pushing into other types of contracting. They're trying to move away from some of the firm fixed price, design, bid, build, and get into more lean design build or progressive design build. They're looking to expand other transactional authorities, which is a different way of contracting. And that doesn't get picked up and tracked in the typical ways that a lot of us in the federal market are used to seeing it, in something like SAM.gov or GovWin. So it requires a different focus, I'll say.
And how would you kind of describe that different focus?
Well, we know that the needs are still there. We know that there's a lot happening in terms of moving into the Pacific, strengthening our presence there. We're working on upgrading our infrastructure across all platforms. Just because it's been neglected is really what it has been. It needs to be modernized. And so the Navy has huge multi-billion-dollar programs to upgrade their shipyards, their fleet readiness centers. There's a push across all services to improve barracks, childcare facilities, things that impact quality of life, that affect retention. There's an interest in simplifying things to save money in terms of making things modular or easy to deploy in forward operating positions, those kinds of things. So they're trying to figure out ways and, can we 3D print barracks? If there's something that's fairly common, can we make it simpler in order to get these to fit in different places? Whereas other things that need to be more refined or more geared towards current things, that's where they want to focus a lot more attention and risk and engage more of the stakeholders, including the designers and the contractors earlier, in order to understand things better and come up with better budgets so that they're not blowing them out of the water, 5 or 7 years down the road when, the building actually gets opened.
What are some of those budgeting processes that you're used to seeing that you think are going to look very different in 2026?
some of the contractors right now are struggling to figure out how to price some things. For example, in military construction, if it goes through the normal process, there's the 1391 form where they've outlined all the program and anything environmental. And historically, that's been asbestos and lead, paint, and things like that. And it hasn't really been picking up things like PFAS and soils, which is much more current. And there's still a lot going on and being developed around PFAS from the perspective of EPA and its hazard determination. But what we're finding is that a lot of landfills, for example, aren't accepting it. So in order to dig and haul a massive volume of this, the price is astronomical. You might have to ship it like multiple states away. In current military construction bids now, they're asking the contractors to come up with a unit price. Like, if you run into this, how much is it going to cost us, so that they can evaluate this and be better prepared for it in some of their pricing and budgeting. I think it's just really important for us to recognize that the focus is really on serving the mission and the warfighter, and how do we deliver these needs, this infrastructure, better, faster, at a better price, frankly. How do we manage risk better? How do we partner with the federal agencies in order to make this happen? How do we communicate that to the people who are like Congress, for example, who's actually setting the budgets? And this is all underlain by the fact that AI is growing tremendously. So the need for energy is growing tremendously. Like, they're looking at small nuclear reactors. They've got pilot tests for that. And especially in some of these remote locations, so that they've got a steady, I'll call it green because it doesn't emit carbon emissions, but taking the waste out of it, but like finding ways that are reliable and as safe as possible. And also just the whole cybersecurity issue, just doing business safely and protecting the data across all federal platforms. One reason why I joined HRP, which, HRP is a small environmental firm, and I know that there's a lot of them in the federal space, but HRP has really, in my mind, come up with a solid solution for addressing things like PFAS and soils, how to treat that on site and be able to put those soils back on site, and being able to just reuse the treatment system so that it becomes cheaper over time. So one of the things that we're doing is we're not just talking with some of the military installations where we're doing a pilot test of this. We're also talking to some of the contractors who are putting out the bids and have to come up with a unit price for dealing with PFAS contaminated soils on a Milcon project. So HRP can save a lot of money for people that are doing these projects and add value by addressing other environmental needs as necessary, whether it's, a vapor barrier or just some sort of remedial investigation or an optimization of an existing system.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Hey, we're so glad to have you here at HRP and on the pod today.
Thanks.
You got it. Thank you. And we will check in with you in 2027 to see how well your prediction did.
Cool. Thanks.
This is Rob Workman, Greenville, South Carolina. I'm the regional manager at HRP Associates. My 2026 prediction is that we will see international companies continue to relocate operations to the U.S.
Awesome, Rob. Thanks so much for joining us. Can you tell us more about your background here for folks that don't know you?
I'm an environmental consultant, professional geologist here. Been in the Greenville area for a long time, and we do a lot of due diligence projects for our developers and attorney clients. We also do site remediation, but the first step is always somebody getting into the area.
And what are you seeing that's making you feel like we're going to see more of that relocation going on in this coming year?
We started talking about it in the management group and just general trends back in the spring last year after the political conditions, the political reality
of tariffs set in, we wondered if we're going to see companies establishing manufacturing in the U.S. And we started hearing rumblings from different customer bases, different trade groups, and pretty soon they started showing up. So we've done a few due diligence projects, hard purchases now for German and Chinese companies that have relocated to the area.
Is it looking any different than it has in previous years down there in the Carolinas?
There's always been the big manufacturers. The car and battery plants have been coming to the south for a while. We're seeing more of the supplier, the local supply chain projects being developed around the hub facilities.
And what kind of work are we doing for these folks?
This is site selection, due diligence. We get into the phase 1 environmental site assessment, property condition assessments for buildings that our clients think that they can repurpose to their existing use. So these are not startup companies. These are established companies in Europe or Asia. They have a process. They want to duplicate it, replicate it, send it over here. So they're looking for target properties that they can transfer their operation here.
And what are some of the maybe challenges, maybe opportunities that come up when you're working with that kind of international company that's looking to relocate or locate some kind of service over here?
We always pay attention to the way that the customers might expect environmental regulations to be different from what they're used to in Asia and Europe. A lot of times they're very similar, but there are some nuances, so we pay attention to those conversations. And we're also finding out that it's really helpful to have a qualified language translator on call to help with these. Most of the time, we've found that English is spoken well by our clients, but it has been helpful to have native speakers assist us with translation.
What are some of the things that have come up that you were like, man, I'm really glad we had somebody here to help with that translation?
Besides just calling somebody a name that we didn't think we were going to by saying the wrong words.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. When was it like, I'm glad we did not have to rely on just hope that they, knew English as that well?
I appreciate the Google Translate or some of the translation services, but it's too risky to just stand by your phone for a business deal. So
yeah,
the technical language involved in environmental permitting and regulation really needs a specialist to help do the translation, not just a lexicon.
Are you feeling like this is going to be maybe an early part of the year thing that we're seeing these trends now, or do you think it's going to continue through 2026 and maybe beyond?
We're always talking to our developer clients, and what we're hearing is that there's more coming. So we prepare based on what the grapevine tells us, and I think there's enough history that it's happened and enough chatter that it's still coming to be prepared for more of these type of transactions.
Yeah, and at that developer level, you're looking at millions and millions of dollars, right? That these folks are putting on the line for these moves.
The investments are pretty modest. I don't really know the reasons behind it, but I don't blame a company from out of the country to invest the minimal amount possible because conditions could change in another 4 years.
Sure. Yeah, of course. So, Rob, that's our work prediction. Do you have maybe a more fun prediction, something on the lighter side for us that you think is going to happen in 2026?
Well, I've always liked the Winter Olympics, and I'm hoping that there's going to be enough snow on the Alps for the Milan Winter Olympics to proceed. So I'm going to predict that, yes, there will be enough snow for the Olympics.
We're going to manifest that snow for the Winter Olympics.
Thanks, Tom. Have a good one.
Hello, I'm Jackie Baxley, the Environmental Health and Safety and Sustainability Practice Leader, and my prediction is business as usual.
Jackie, thanks so much for joining us on this episode. You are, of course, our EHSNS Practice Leader, Environmental Health, Safety, and Sustainability here at HRP. For those of you who haven't seen you in other content, can you just briefly tell us what your role here at HRP is and maybe a little bit about your experience and background?
Yeah, so I've been in the environmental health and safety world for, we'll just leave it at over 25 years. You can add as many additional years to that as you want, but over 25 years. And so here at HRP as the practice leader, I focus both internally, so our own staff and team members, as well as externally with our clients. And I look to ensure that our team members that are working within the practice of environmental health and safety and sustainability, that they have the professional development that they need, the knowledge that they need, the quality tools that they need. And I also work with our clients on that quality aspect and that business development aspect as well, kind of all around EH&S and sustainability.
Mm-hmm. So when you say the business that will be as usual, you're in that regulatory compliance world, that safety
Correct.
World,
Compliance.
that industrial training. Exactly.
Anybody that was hoping for less environmental regulations, less health and safety regulations, my prediction is business as usual. And the reason for that is really just the way that we're structured as a nation. So whether you're talking about environmental and EPA or health and safety and OSHA, federal government kind of sets the baseline rules. And then the states can go above and beyond. And in some cases, we even get down to municipality and counties can go above and beyond. So, even if we don't see as much enforcement and initiatives from the federal government, the states still have their programs. And those state programs are based off of the federal programs. So I don't see any states announcing, come to our state where our beaches have hypodermic needles and you'll get asthma by walking outside and don't drink the water because it will kill you. I don't see anybody like updating their tourism campaigns to highlight such. So environmental compliance is baked in at the state level. Environmental protection is baked in at the state level. In some cases, health and safety is at that state level as well. So I just don't see the federal government potential changes or deregulations or more lack of enforcement really trickling down to anything noticeable at that compliance level.
So where the states operate, that's kind of how it's just been, even though things on the federal level, like when we talked with Louise earlier in the podcast, are seeing some pretty dramatic changes in the very specific structure that she's looking at. When we get to how compliance works for different industrial manufacturers, for sites like that, it's going to be pretty much how states have been operating for at least a couple years now.
Correct. So let's pie in the sky. This is not going to happen. This is not a prediction. Right. But for sake of example, let's say the federal government, the House and the Senate, let's say they vote to abolish the Clean Air Act.
Okay.
The states have their own air programs. Yes, it's based off of the Clean Air Act, right?
Yeah.
But you would have to unfold and unthread all of those state levels as well. And New York, for example, has much stronger air regulations than you see in other states, whether it's greenhouse gas reporting or what have you. California has very parochial air permitting programs. So if you're operating in the Bay Area, your obligations under the Bay Area air rules are going to be very different from what you see in more the Southern California, LA area. You can open up a plant in South Carolina and you're going to have some air permitting requirements. You can open up that exact same plant with all the same equipment, 2 states over, and your permit obligations are going to be different because it's going to be rooted in those state rules. So I just for 2026. Things just don't move fast enough. Any of those state level, federal levels for me to see it really impacting anything. And then all of that aside, so when I say business as usual, it's twofold.
Yeah.
I don't see the states really deregulating significantly. There could be a few states that do so, but I really don't see that operating quickly or happening quickly to where we're going to see any changes at the federal government really trickling down significantly to the state. All of that aside, the second piece that makes my prediction business as usual is because we all have customer and client and stakeholder expectations. So even if in the United States we don't have a regulation about sustainability, other countries do. And as we know from talks of tariffs and things of other nature, we have a very interconnected supply chain. We have a very interconnected client base. And so not only the state nuances and the state difference, and there's some greenhouse gas reporting, some client disclosures in California, there's some greenhouse gas reporting in New York, regardless of those state nuances, our customers are going to have expectations of us. Our stakeholders are going to have expectations of us. And if we're doing work in EU, the EU is going to have some expectations of us as well. Slow and steady wins the race. Just, we're just turtles that are just continuing our march toward compliance and sustainability, and don't be too quick to, all right, we're going to cancel this program because there's going to be no reason to do it for this rule or that rule. Just be careful because there could be an international sustainability related initiative that would change it. And even if you think sustainability is mumbo jumbo and you're not too concerned about that piece, a lot of our businesses and industries are certified to ISO 14001, which is in the environmental management system, and ISO 45001, which is the health and safety management system. And we're recording this in January. We're expecting in April for ISO 14001 to publish an amendment. And that amendment, whether you like it or not, is going to bring in some sustainability principles. So again, kind of regardless of what happens at all these different levels for our client base that conforms with ISO 14001, we're going to see a stronger emphasis on life cycles. We're going to see a stronger emphasis on greenhouse gas emissions. We're going to see a stronger emphasis on management of change. The reason why an organization might be doing something could change, but I don't see what the outcome, if you will, or the actual what you're doing is going to change that significantly.
Gotcha.
Business as usual.
Business as usual.
Yep.
So that is our work prediction. Do you have any fun predictions about what's going to happen in 2026? I've been asking people mostly who they think will either win the Super Bowl or who they think will win the World Cup.
So, don't have a dog in either of those fights.
Yeah.
So I'm going to exercise on the philosophy that if you speak it into the universe, it will happen.
Okay.
I predict that I'm going to win the lottery.
Okay. All right. Well, if that happens.
If I speak it into the universe, it will happen, right?
Well, hopefully, we were planning to have people back in 2027 to see how their predictions did. But if you win that one, I don't think we'll be able to get you back.
Yeah, I'll come back for you, Tom. I'll come
Thank
back
you.
for you.
Don't forget the little people you met along the way.
No, I didn't say which lottery. I mean, it could be like a $2 scratcher. So.
Oh, yeah. Okay, well, you have to remember that extra $1 you got off the $2 scratcher. It's always how it works. All right, Jackie, thanks so much for joining us today.
All right, take care, Tom. Have a great 2026.
Thank you. You too.
Yep.
My name is Dan Titus. I'm CEO here at HRP Associates, and my prediction for 2026 is that this is the year that our patented PFAS remediation technology breaks through in the federal marketplace.
Dan, what work anniversary are you coming up on in 2026?
29 in 2026.
How many as CEO?
8.
Excellent.
8. Yes, 8 in July.
You're regular on the podcast, of course, in your position as senior leadership here. But let's talk more about HRP's patented technology and what do you think its role is going to be in 2026?
Yeah, so this is very exciting. And for people who follow along with all of our content, you're probably at least tacitly aware of this, but we have, with some partners, developed a soil remediation technology for PFAS. The issue with PFAS, which is obviously a very widely known contaminant at this point, most people are focused on water and water treatment, which is important. Soil is kind of where contaminants generally live. That's where pollutants typically get released to. Just think of a spill, hits the dirt first before it hits the water. And while there are a lot of viable technologies for dealing with the water end of the contamination, there are precious few for dealing with the soil part. And what's important to understand in our industry is that when a pollutant gets released to soil, it tends to, like in the context of a sponge, it tends to cling to the soil particles at some level. So like if you think of like a sponge in your sink, like you can squeeze the sponge out of water, but the sponge remains damp, right? Mm-hmm. And that dampness is residual water in the sponge that you can't squeeze out. Kind of the same for pollutants in soil. There's residual contamination that lives in the soil, but as things like rain happen, they slowly mobilize that material down through the soil and back into the water. So it becomes what we call a continuing source of pollution to the water. So if you clean the water up, but you don't clean the dirt up, the water will get dirty again. Mm-hmm. And so in order to have a holistic treatment of a release like that, you not only need to deal with the water part, you need to deal with the soil part. And as I said, this soil technology, treatment technology, which is patented, is one of two that I'm aware of in the marketplace out there that addresses soil. The interesting thing about our technology is that, unlike the competing technology, the cost of our system goes down with use. And importantly, it's a system once constructed that can be reused over and over and over again. Mm-hmm. So there's a capital cost associated with the construction of the system the first time through. But every time you use it, it brings down the total cost of the system because you're getting more and more volume treatment out of the same dollar. So especially as it relates to really large projects, and you heard me mention the federal sector, so large projects, the larger the project, the less expensive this technology is. So there's a scale issue that is significant and significantly positive towards long-term cost for treatment. That's pretty exciting.
Yeah. So we talked a little bit about the tech. Where do you see this going into practice in 2026? If we can talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to give away too much. Sort of from a large perspective, there's this thing called in the industry they call MILCON, military construction. Anytime the military is building a runway or an extension to a runway, or a new slip for a battleship, we don't make battleships anymore, but you get the point. Yep. Or hangars for airplanes or anything like that, and they're going to be disturbing soil, dirt in that construction. If that material is impacted with PFAS, it becomes a remedial line item that they need to deal with. And disposal of that kind of material, especially at scale, large volumes, can be insanely expensive, even for something as financially stable as the federal government. So we've been doing some pilot testing in the MILCON space at some military bases with some very positive results. Yeah. And we have a lot of very interested parties watching along here and looking for places to utilize this technology. And a lot of those interested parties, we've gotten to the point where we have people like literally wearing uniforms with shiny brass rank on their collars. Not just, not to diminish the civilian side, but we're in the rank. Yeah. And have generated interest at that level, which is awesome. So
for sure.
We're pretty excited about that.
So with this prediction, were it to come true, would it be something that we could talk about in 2027, or is it something we'd have to keep under the radar, given the nature of the client we'd be serving?
The answer to that question is yes. It depends on what the situation is. For the most part, I think we'll be able to talk about it.
Okay.
There may be a couple of potential projects that might be classified as too cloak and dagger spy-like because it's not that. But, they may not really want us talking about it. But there's other projects where they don't really care. For example, there are a lot of facilities, military facilities in North America where they have giant stockpiles of PFAS contaminated soil. And the reason they have the giant stockpiles is because they don't know what to do with it. So we could get contracted to deal with some of those piles. And I wouldn't imagine, for example, that would be prohibited from, being something that we could talk about in any way. So I'm sure there'll be things that we can say out loud.
Okay. Now, since this prediction might be one we need to be a little careful with, do you have maybe a more fun prediction that we can hold you to for next year?
A fun prediction.
Would you be willing to make a prediction for either the winner of the Super Bowl or the winner of the World Cup?
I am not a football guy. I'm a football guy.
Yeah.
So I am not going to make a prediction about the Super Bowl.
Uh-huh.
I probably won't even watch it.
Okay.
But in terms of the World Cup, which is something that I am much, much, much more interested in. Oh, man. I got to tell you, that is really hard.
Yeah.
The thing about the World Cup is that it's one of those really unique sporting events where, because of the tournament nature and the compression of a lot of games over a really short period of time and, all of that sort of stuff, oftentimes the teams that are most competitive on paper aren't actually ultimately the winners.
Yeah.
And so if I were to say who I think is the best team on paper, it has to be England. And it has been England for many years now. And yet they always seem to fall apart, both in the Euro tournaments, but also in the World Cup, kind of, in the final stages. So my accounting side prediction would be England. But emotionally, I'm not sure that that's going to happen. As a matter of fact, I probably would bet against it. So in that vein, I would say that France is probably a pretty good pick. Again, and frankly, the last winners, Argentina, are still pretty formidable, even though Messi's a little older. So it'll be very exciting to watch.
Yeah. Is Messi going to go to this World Cup?
I believe so.
Okay. Nice.
I believe so. I haven't heard otherwise, but
I know nothing about football, but I'm going to predict France as the
it's not a bad bet.
Based on nothing but vibes.
It's not a bad bet.
Sounds good.
They have a fantastic team.
Excellent. Dan, thanks so much for joining us today.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Welcome back to the 312 podcast. Joining me for the Play Hard section, we have
Carly Sandin, HRP.
And Allie Stragowski, also HRP.
Over in the Work Hard section, we listened to a lot of the predictions, some of the people here at HRP. Joining us now in video for the Play Hard, have some friends, and we're going to share some of our goals and maybe some things we are manifesting for ourselves in 2026. Today, we are talking New Year's resolutions and something we did, our bingo sheets. So, Carly, do you want to start us off? Tell us talk about one of your squares.
Sure. I mean, I can give a little background too.
Oh,
about,
yeah. Give some background.
Yeah. So we did bingo cards last year for our New Year's resolutions. Ambrielle, one of our other geo consultants in the Gulch, she has a friend who's an art teacher, and for their New Year's Eve party, she made these cute little bingo cards, and everyone filled them out at the party with all their little goals of things that they wanted to do for the year. So she brought a couple copies to the office, and we all did bingo cards, and it was so fun throughout the year to cross off our things that we did and cheer each other on as we got bingo. So thought we'd bring it back this year.
Yeah, now me and Allie get to join.
Yeah. So yeah, and then you get to decorate them too. Cute.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, I could start us off with the one I have up top left corner. Make gluten-free bagels.
Yum.
Yum. Very yum. I heard they're not that hard to make.
That I keep seeing videos of people
also
making
have-
bagels.
I would like to make gluten bagels, but
Yeah.
I prefer
You
mine.
make the dough. I mean, it's a little more involved than my normal baking. Like I think there's yeast
you have to
involved.
poach too. There's some
You
kinda,
you boil them,
You-
right?
Yeah,
Maybe-
you gotta
and then-
boil
and
and
then-
then bake, and you gotta do like
Oh,
an egg
egg
wash,
wash.
maybe
See, like,
little topping.
maybe
There's-
some everything bagel.
I prefer
Exactly.
sesame. I like some sesame.
I like
seeds on
sesame
there.
more than
Yes.
everything.
There's some steps. Ooh,
Yeah.
even maybe like you guys like a cheddar bagel.
Jalapeno cheddar.
Yeah.
Jalapeno cheddar.
Yep. Like the opportunities are endless, but I think
Truly.
that would be a fun
Truly.
one. Shall we go around the circle?
Yeah.
We shall.
Share a fun one.
Share a fun one. One of my fun ones is I would like to take a weekend trip somewhere new. Specifically, potentially, hypothetically, Chicago.
Oh,
I would love to see the bean.
Oh my gosh. I genuinely have a tentative Chicago trip planned for this fall.
Wouldn't
Do you
You
wanna
might have a
come?
guest star.
I am there.
I've been dying to go. I've heard so many good things about
It's not
it.
that far too. It's like
Right.
a little plane ride.
Little budget airline.
Every time I think
Little
of
Breeze
Chicago,
Airways.
I think of Trina Vega in her musical.
Chicago. Chicago. I've heard there's nice like art museums.
Yeah.
I feel like they have good food too.
Yeah. And then it's just like a visually
Yeah, visually
Aesthetic.
pleasing.
yeah, like a
City.
cute.
Love to see the river. I could go St. Patrick's Day. And
Yeah.
then turn it green.
That would be a blast.
Do you guys have opinions about the Green River?
Not any strong ones.
No, I don't
I
carry
don't
any.
think they should be doing that.
I mean, it definitely can't be,
can't be good.
I mean, valid because we're an environmental company. Maybe
Yeah,
we should
yeah.
care.
but it's also HRP green. So
Yeah.
it is.
Fan of repping.
advertising.
I'm sure if they're doing it in the year 2026, like I'm sure it's been tested or whatever, and they must know that they're not
Yeah.
polluting
Do we know what they
the
put
waters of
in the river?
I don't know what it
dye?
is.
I have no idea, but there's also like blue stuff you can get that people use for their home ponds. That's like a,
Oh,
like
Make
an
it look artificially
oxygenator,
blue.
but it makes it look really artificially like blue and crystal.
I don't like that either.
Yeah.
I don't think it needs a little extra something. Just let it be what it is.
Yeah. I also don't really know too much about it. I just know like once a year the river turns green. Like, how does it
Yeah.
go away? When does
I
it
think it
end?
just,
It
like,
just flows on downstream
goes.
all the way down to the Gulf of Mexico. Like it has a long way
Yeah.
to go. That green does.
do you think it
Oh.
follows? Like, can I see it?
Right?
Should
you
I
go to
travel
like
it down the
Mississippi,
river?
like,
Or should I just,
drive
like,
down the
see the
Mississippi
green
River.
as it goes by.
I'm taking a couple
I don't
months off of
know.
work and I'm going to travel with
And
the
watch
green
the green
down
get into the
river.
Gulf.
So I'll
Yes.
put my PTO
Wait,
in now.
that's actually a great question. How long do you think it takes for water to get from Chicago to the Gulf of Mexico? I feel like it's a lot less time than we think it is.
Probably. Like, I don't think if you took
Probably.
the road trip, you'd be able to keep up.
I don't think so.
Really?
Like, water's
No.
fast.
But how long does it stay green in Chicago? I feel like it stays green in Chicago for.
Well, do they put like a dam up so that it stays in there for a little bit?
Great
We don't know
question.
enough to be speaking on this topic.
Okay.
Sure don't.
I would like to see the bean.
I
The
would like
bean.
to see Chicago.
I would like to
Agreed.
see Chicago and I'd like to see the bean.
I will be going another month other than March, but yeah. All right. Rookie?
Okay. It must be a fun one for me because I did realize I have it on here twice. It's to try kickboxing. I
did
didn't
notice
realize I
that.
put
We
that on
did
twice.
notice
We
that.
did notice
We
that.
thought you were really passionate about kickboxing.
No,
It must just be that you really want to do it really bad.
it must be
is
something
fun.
in like I've done a lot of different fitness classes, tried out the fun ones, really big on like a Pilates reformer class right now, but I feel like I just want to do some kickboxing, maybe get my anger out.
Yeah.
Not that I'm like an inherently angry person. I'm really not.
No.
Do you want to do
But,
one
like,
with the bag? Do you
Yeah.
need a punching bag in front of you?
Yeah, and just like kick.
Kick. Yeah. Okay.
But
Or one with like the people where they hold
Yeah.
the pads.
I'd be
Oh.
scared that I'd like miss
Hurt
and
them.
like knock a tooth out. Not that
Yeah.
I'm that powerful.
No, you
But
you
I
could
don't-
be.
I don't
You
know.
don't know because
Exactly.
you've never tried it.
Exactly.
You never know if you can knock a person's tooth out until you do.
Exactly. And I don't want to be the one to test it. I don't want to
Yeah.
push my buttons.
We'll try it first on a bag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do think that is a class that I would like to try with somebody else. Because a lot of my fitness classes I do solo.
I
But
agree. I'm a solo.
I think that would
fitness
be a
class.
fun one to do with a friend or a pal or a buddy. So that's
All of the above.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Dude, I'm there.
I think
there
one I'm
too.
really
I'm
excited
happy
about.
to try anything.
Yeah. Okay. They're committed. Can't take it back. All right. What is one that you have that you think might be the hardest one to accomplish?
Let's see. All right, I have on here go to a WNBA game.
Winba?
Yep.
A specific team.
Oh, okay, I love the New York Liberty. Have you
Brianna
seen?
Stewart.
Yeah. Have you seen the videos of the New York Liberty mascot, Ellie, the elephant?
say that I have,
Oh
no.
my God. We'll have to do a viewing after this. She's so funny. She's just like this elephant. She's got this long ponytail and she's like a sassy little elephant. She like does these funny dances. And then the funniest part is like on the like TikTok page or whatever, they'll do videos of Ellie and then they'll like have the person who's in the Ellie costume like voice over the videos. So she'll be like, and here I was doing a little this and that, and then I went over here and this person was talking to me, and so I don't know, it's just like she has the funniest voiceovers. So for that alone, I'm a Liberty fan. So I would love to go to a game, but I think they might be a little expensive. I'm not sure. So that's why I think maybe it might be difficult. Like I don't really have that slotted into my schedule at the moment or my budget.
Yeah.
But
could be
you never know.
Whim of the moment.
It could be.
A little last minute ticket once they get a little cheaper.
Yeah.
Then you go.
Yeah.
Or if you're like watching something and you get one of those like TickPix promo codes.
Right. I gotta look out for that.
Yeah.
Oh, your birthday, little Ticketmaster code.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know when the WNBA season even is, actually, if I'm being honest. Like, I don't even know when the dates are that they play games.
Okay, I don't follow professional basketball, so.
Yeah. This is why it feels very out of my reach, because I know not much about it. But that doesn't mean I can't make it happen.
This is
correct.
your
It's
year
not unattainable.
to learn about it.
Yeah.
Right.
You're going to come back
2026.
full of basketball knowledge.
Yeah, exactly. Women's basketball in particular.
Yes.
Go ladies. Okay.
More important.
Okay. My hardest one?
Yeah.
Okay. My hardest one, I'm going to say a week without coffee. Just because I love my little coffee treat. I love my little morning
That one
beverage.
sounds like both mentally and physically difficult.
I think mentally it's going to be the more difficult aspect.
Do you get like caffeine withdrawals? You might.
I might.
I gave coffee up for Lent last year and I quit my job before Easter, so.
Ooh, it's looking good for me then.
I won't be doing it again.
Okay.
But it just was a challenge. I did other things instead. Like, it's not like there was a lack of caffeine.
Yeah.
I did like
I could
green
have
tea, but it just
tea.
doesn't have as much caffeine. And I just missed the like flavors and the customizable.
I love making my
sweet.
latte in the morning, little
Yes.
espresso.
Mhm.
Love the Trader Joe's cookie butter. Put a little bit of that in the bottom of the cup. Brew your
Steam up some
espresso
milk.
on top. Mix it all up. See, part of the drinking it is making it.
Yes.
I like to
Right.
make it. Activity.
Yeah.
Try new flavor combos.
And
Mhm.
something that tea doesn't give you is like the creaminess of it.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
that's what I really like about coffee.
Yeah.
Latte.
I love tea, but I have to be in the mood for like a leaf water kind of vibe.
Yeah. It's really all it is.
That's, yeah.
But I will say one of my goals for 2025 was to drink more tea, and I really did go on a tea kick.
Yeah.
And it was nice. Like
Nice.
It is.
and now I'm kind of half and half, but it's nice to have it in my arsenal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just hot tea or like iced hot tea.
I would go iced in the summer too.
Nice.
Yeah, I feel like Deanna.
Yeah.
Deanna drinks a lot of iced tea, and I was like I was coming in with like a Dunkin' iced tea with like
Unsweet.
raspberry syrup.
Ugh, I love unsweet.
Good.
Medium unsweet tea from Dunkin' with the unsweet raspberry shots.
Yes.
Mhm.
That's the order. No sweetener.
And
needed.
that's why I think overall tea was nice to have every once in a while, because when I do drink tea, I drink it unsweet. And when I
Yeah.
drink coffee, I really do. I'm throwing cream and sugar in there. So it can't be
Yeah, she gets a little dangerous with all the sugar.
Yeah. Right.
But it's more of a treat.
yes.
Mm.
Right, exactly.
Sugary latte.
Nice to have balance. I support you in
Thank
this coffee free journey.
I had to pick a week.
And
what week am I not doing anything?
So
important?
my question is, like, on this coffee free week, will you be subbing in tea or just going like no caffeine?
I think
cold
I want
turkey.
to cold turkey it.
Wow, and just see what happens.
You
If
only
your
live
body
once.
can adjust.
So the goal is like a caffeine-free week.
Yes. I should.
Okay.
I could change that.
No, I was just clarifying in my head.
Yeah.
That
caffeine
seems
free.
Okay,
that is a challenge,
do it.
and I'm
Cold turkey.
we'll be
Yeah.
here for you.
That is so sweet. So
Even if you start getting mad.
Desk, like, shaking.
You'll know.
We'll know what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just
Right.
maybe put it on our calendars the week before.
Yeah, I'll send out an invite for everyone in
Yeah.
the office.
And everybody will work from home that week.
I'm the only one in the office.
Absolutely tweaking out.
Where is it?
If
All
no one's
right.
in the office, I might go make a coffee.
True, you have no
I
accountability.
might need you to be like, Allie, no.
Right. You need a shock collar.
Yes, exactly.
No more dog comparisons.
Please, no more dog comparisons.
Sorry. Okay.
We're leaving those in 2025.
Yes. I should put that on my card. Brooke, do you have a hard one?
I do. I have 2 on here that are, I think, in like the same category. One of them is learn to garden, and one of them is start an herb garden. My biggest like hate is when I was living at my mom's house and she's like, it's time to weed and mulch. That was my least favorite day of the year. And
Yeah.
Now, as a homeowner,
as a homeowner,
it's on the
I
horizon.
gotta do some landscaping.
Get out there with the mulch.
And, you know, there's a lot of people in my life who are good at that stuff and they know plants and they love plants and like dirt is fun to them. Dirt is not fun to me, but I'm going to try really hard because I want my home to look good and I want there to be flowers and fresh herbs. I want to be able to be making a fun little summer drink and grab my own mint.
Little mojito.
What's the current state of the landscaping? Do you feel like it's kind of blank slate and you have a lot of work to do, or can it be
The
improved?
current state of the landscaping is the people who sold us a house were 80 years old and probably hadn't updated stuff in a while. So a
Mhm.
lot of stuff just needs to be ripped out and just start anew.
Yeah.
And honestly, that's probably more attainable in our heads than like trying to work around stuff that's already there.
Yeah, you can make it what you
Because
want.
now we can just be like, okay, if everything has to be ripped out, everything has to be ripped out.
Yep.
I can pick out what kind of flowers and bushes and trees.
Right.
So it's like exciting, but I also am just really not good at that. And
Well, you say that now.
yeah.
It's going to be a learning curve. No one comes, into homeownership just knowing these things.
Yeah. I don't like getting dirty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Crazy to say to 2 people whose job it is to,
literally
like,
play in dirt.
Yeah.
I know.
We're
and
like,
You can borrow some of my Carhartts.
I have Carhartts and I got new gardening gloves for Christmas because everybody's so
Aw.
excited for Brooke to start her new dirt adventure.
Cute.
But I am scared and nervous, but
Yeah.
also excited, and I like flowers. So if I like them enough to expect other people to get me some at the store, I should be able to grow my own.
The
You could
excitement
do
will
it.
kick in once you go to, like the garden store, I think. Once you're in like a dedicated gardening store
And you start to see
you're
the
like,
vision.
wow, and then you're seeing all the colors.
Oh, it's
and you're
already
like, I
making me
these
like warm.
ones,
I'm like, oh my gosh,
these
I have to
ones,
touch dirt. Oh my god.
Do you have like a Pinterest board?
No.
that could be.
See, that's a good place to start. You got to come in with like some ideas.
Yeah,
you have to start now because plant season is coming up.
I know.
You got a couple
It's going to
months, but-
spring upon you before you know it.
I am very blessed and honored that my housemate, life partner, grew up.
Your roommate.
My in-house plow truck driver. He came from a house where his mother was a gardener and a florist. So their
Oh,
whole backyard
wow.
all the time was always like tilled. They had all the beds. They grew every single
got
thing.
a lady already.
I got a lady, but I don't want to let her down. This is like her life's passion is
I
like
see.
gardening. And I'm just like,
She
I don't
can
want to
guide
touch
you.
it.
Right.
She's gonna guide you along the way. She's gonna get you started.
just
Maybe
don't
give you
wanna
some
touch it.
advice. So you have your new gloves. You don't touch it with your hands. You touch it with the gloves.
Right.
Yeah.
It'll be okay. Come on. Positive
Yeah.
attitude.
Yeah. No, that's why it's on here.
Opportunity.
I'm getting
The
stressed.
thing about an herb garden too is that like you could just do pots. Like it doesn't have to
Yeah.
go right in the ground.
Well, I
You can
think
get
I
some
want,
nice
like, a
big
little
pots.
raised-
Pots would be better because you
I-
could do them inside too.
Yeah.
I think I
Inside.
just want like a raised thing on the back porch where there's a lot of sunlight, like hip height and like
Yeah.
shoebox size.
Yeah.
Only what I need. I'm not in the
Yeah.
business of growing stuff that I'm not gonna eat.
You don't have to be like, yeah.
Yeah.
You don't need
I'm
all the
not
random.
greedy,
You don't
Right.
need the
and I'm not
random
trying to
herbs.
start a farm stand at the market. I don't need to grow so much that I have to give it away.
Right.
You need the basics.
Yeah.
Basil, mint.
Yeah.
Something
That's all I need.
attainable.
I would like a dill.
A dill. Oh,
There you
we fix our
go.
own pickles.
See,
Yes.
and this is the thing. You got to do stuff that you get excited about. If you're
Dill.
not excited about it, don't do it. But if dill gets you pumped, then girl,
Dill
you'll
gets
be,
me pumped, and for the
make
chickens,
pickle
I gotta
cream
be
cheese.
I gotta be a good mom to the chickens, and
That's
I feel like a
true.
chicken's mother is a good gardener.
Since when do you have chickens?
We're getting them in the spring.
Okay. Chickens should be on the card, I think.
Well, because it's not like a goal. Like we know we're getting them.
Would you
Okay.
have a coop? Like,
Yes.
oh, sorry.
Okay.
That's my
How dare you doubt her in her coop?
I didn't realize there was a coop
The
on
house,
the property.
the house came with a coop, so
Obviously.
it's a
Three barns and
farmhouse.
no
Three
coop?
barns.
Absolutely not.
That'd be crazy. 3 barns.
That
no
would be
coop.
absurd. But
Deal
Okay.
breaker.
gonna lower my pulse a little
breath.
bit and start
Okay.
asking.
That's okay. That's okay.
What is one of your easier, maybe give me more attainable goals?
Ooh. Now's a great time to bring up eat gluten-free Cheez-Its.
Yes.
That's an easy one that I think I
Have
can
you ever
do.
been to Aldi's?
Yeah.
They have
Okay, but that's what, like
You
a
need
cheddar
authentic.
cracker, like
yeah, but I have been doing hamster guinea pig tests on Luke, and if he doesn't see the box, studies are showing he prefers the Aldi brand to the name brand snacks.
Studies are showing. She's going to publish an article.
really.
But I do think
Mhm.
you need to try the authentic
Oh,
Cheez-It
I am
brand.
so
Eventually,
excited. They
Do a
should be.
comparison.
Yes,
But
so-
for now, you must try
There are
authentic.
there are
Must.
some people out there who have gotten their hands on the boxes already. Like my gluten-free influencers that I follow.
Yes.
They've
I've been looking for you.
sent. Yes, they've been sent the Cheez-Its. They said they're great. They said they taste exactly the same as the normal ones. And I just
Does
haven't been able to
Cheez-Its
find
have
them in
like a
stores.
website? Can you like order them?
I think you can order them online, but like they're shipping a couple weeks out. Like I feel like my best bet at this point is just to
Grocery store.
It's also
Yeah.
the gratification of like walking into
Finding
the grocery
them.
store and there they are on the shelf.
Like, if I-
gluten-free Cheez-Its and you're
yes.
just gravitated towards them. You have to
Right.
go get them.
Yeah.
and honestly open the box right then and there.
Pay for it later.
Right.
I mean, it's like
But
the
if
same
I
with
order
grapes.
them, I'm gonna be
Yeah.
obsessively checking, like tracking my package, and like that just seems too. I don't know. It doesn't feel like the
Yeah.
right kind of experience I need
Yeah,
to
no,
have.
it should
with
be a
these
grocery store
Cheez-Its.
experience.
Yeah.
You should feel
So-
the same everybody else feels when they walk into a
Right.
grocery store and get their favorite snack.
and rip open a box of Cheez-Its with their bare hands. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's that one I'm very excited for.
Okay.
What about you?
One that Brooke was making fun of me for earlier was that I want to go see a movie in the movie theater. I think that we should bring back movie theaters. I think
When
they're
did they
on their-
leave?
I've been going to the
I
movie
go
theater
all the
all
time.
day.
Do you know they have discounts on Tuesdays?
I haven't seen.
Clearly, she doesn't know. She
Clearly,
doesn't.
I am less educated on the movie theaters, so this is my year.
You're
Get
gonna
back into the movie
reconnect.
theaters.
You should get the Cinemark app. They give you special alerts and features when ticket prices.
Before COVID, I love the movies. I feel like I haven't really been to the movies since COVID. I've been a couple times
Yeah, that's
recently.
sad.
But you know what? I'm going to make an effort to go back because sometimes there's nothing better than watching it on the big screen. You got the comfy chair, like
Yeah,
like
popcorn.
reclining
You like
back.
popcorn?
Yeah, I like
I
popcorn.
love popcorn. I get a big
Maybe
old
a little
bowl.
DC, maybe a little Diet Coke.
Yeah. I like when you go and
Experience.
they have those big like Coca-Cola
Slushy.
machines.
With all
Not
the
the
different, you
slushy,
can combine them
but
with different
the-
flavors.
Yes, it has like so many soda flavors.
Yeah, they have
Yes.
that at the casino.
Yeah, I'm sure that. Yeah, wait, are you talking about the Springfield one?
Yes, MGM.
Yes, yes.
I
do.
don't gamble, but I like to get myself like because I've tried every
It's like- it's
flavor of
almost-
Diet
It's got a
Coke.
screen and you can scroll through and like there's so many.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So they have those at the AMC theater in Plainville.
Okay, well,
Mm.
I'm going to keep that in mind, and that's going to be my next
Yes.
stop for the movies.
Yes, that's a great theater. I love the movies.
I love the movies too. I go pretty frequently.
I think that's a good one, Allie.
Yeah, I really
That is a good
appreciate
one.
that, Carly,
And if you
because
want a movie buddy, we can go with you.
We'll go with you.
Are we all going to go to the movies?
We'll go
We're
to
gonna do-
kickboxing and then we'll hit up the
We're
movies
gonna do
after.
all of these things together.
Maybe a shower first.
No.
Uh-oh.
Our
Do you
pheromones.
dress up for the movies, though, or are you like full
No.
sweatpants?
Comfy,
Sweatpants.
comfies.
Me too.
Are you a snack sneaker inner?
Yeah. I always have a Nerds Gummy
Then, Mark, we've
Clusters
got her.
bag. A Nerds Gummy Clusters bag. Right in the pocket of the sweatshirt.
Yep. Gotta wear like a
And you know
big
what?
coat.
I'm always bringing my water bottle in. I get
Is that not
thirsty.
allowed?
It's not supposed to be, but I walk in with my big like hydro
I've been
flask and
walking
they
in 'em.
don't care.
They don't care. It's like a 13-year-old
for
working.
water.
They just
at a
want you to.
register.
Yeah.
Right.
buy the tickets online.
Yeah.
Literally just
Nate
walk
was
right
just
in.
telling me that his girlfriend will sometimes request popcorn, like from the movie theater. So he'll just go to the movie theater, like go
Just-
to the ticket person, go, hey, I'm just here for popcorn. And they'll go ahead. And he goes to the line and just buys popcorn. And
My childhood
Wow.
best friend does
Isn't that,
that.
nice.
That is really nice of him.
And of the person to be like, yeah, go get
just
your
go
popcorn.
get your popcorn.
Yeah.
Like you can do that, especially
I
if you
should
keep the
start.
souvenir boxes. My childhood best friend would do that every week before we had CCD. And so she would come into CCD with a big old large bucket of movie theater popcorn and we would
Wow.
snack.
You like putting the butter on yourself or
Luke does it
okay?
because he cares more. I really don't care about the butter distribution. He wants to make sure the pieces are like
Evenly
covered.
coated.
Yeah. I don't care.
I like it when they do it for me.
Yeah.
Just
Throw it on.
put it in the container.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to see it.
No, right. I don't want it to come out.
Yeah, I really don't want to
from
see
the
that like
spout.
fake liquid butter that we've got going
And then you have
on.
to put disgusting amount of salt.
Right.
I'm like just pouring salt on it for days. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, Brooke, an easy one.
Okay. I think I gave myself a couple gimmies, but I think an easy one that I'm kind of excited about is try a themed dinner night.
I haven't seen that.
Do you have any ideas?
No, my original thought, Luke kind of thought was not really good because my idea was maybe we watch like Finding Nemo, eat some sushi. He said we can't do
You
that.
can't eat Nemo.
That is crazy.
But I don't remember seeing an ahi tuna in Finding Nemo.
No.
So I thought it was fine. I guess I'm gonna keep brainstorming.
Sorry, wait, hoo ha ha. You know?
I'm gonna brainstorm.
Yeah.
But
Back to the drawing board.
if
for
you
that one.
guys if you guys have ideas, let me know. Because I got inspired because of like Disney
Ratatouille.
they do the Ratatouille movie and you eat the Ratatouille and you
Oh.
get like the cheese and the strawberry and you
Yeah.
do like it you
That's like a
eat it as you
food-themed
watch the movie.
That
Yeah.
makes sense.
You're not eating Nemo.
But I wanted to do it like that, but find a good movie that I could do it with.
Okay.
Do you want sushi? Like, should we be looking for sushi? themed
No.
movie? Okay. Anything. You're open.
Anything. I just think it would be fun. And if I can't think of something, I'll do like an Asian inspired dinner and watch something along those lines, or do like a French dinner and watch like Beauty and the Beast. You know, like
Yeah.
keep
Yeah.
Right.
it like themed, but I don't have to
Yep.
be eating what they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But I
Like
think that would be
Kung Fu
fun.
Panda, aren't they like
Yeah.
Dumplings, and
Or
we
eat-
love dumplings.
Yeah.
Poe's dad owns a dumpling store, but unfortunately, I
exactly.
just watched every single Kung Fu Panda movie. There should be a
Yes.
fifth one coming out,
I
but
love Kung Fu Panda. I watch it on all the plane rides. Every time I'm on a plane, I'm watching Kung Fu Panda.
I rewatch all of the movies probably every other month.
I downloaded them on my iPad so I could watch them on my way to Hawaii when I went, like after freshman year of college.
I don't have this soul connection to
It's-
Kung Fu Panda that you guys
my
do.
gosh.
I think you need to rewatch because I
Okay.
rewatched it one time and that just
Started
It
an
awakened
obsession.
something
Started a
in me. The
spark.
Dragon Warrior just came up from below.
it's so
Oh
good.
my gosh, it's really good, and
It's
I'm really
inspirational too. Like
Okay.
it's
mhm.
after I watch
yeah.
it, I'm feeling good.
Every
I'm ready
movie
to go take
has
on
a
the world.
lesson. It's like maybe
Yeah.
you don't look like every other hero, but you still are one. Maybe you do have these fears,
Yeah.
but like they don't have to be scary because you can face them together.
Yes.
Maybe you got
You're
wronged
making
as a child, but that
sense.
doesn't mean you can become a super evil villain and terrorize the whole country.
Yes.
The
It's
peacock?
inspirational. It's inspirational. Peacock.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you were neglected a little bit. Why did we let it become your villain origin story? That's how like movies are, you know?
Okay, I'm sensing a Kung Fu Panda themed dinner.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I just gotta, maybe I'll wait until the fifth one comes out.
Ooh.
Oh, a little new viewing.
Yeah,
That's
because
a
there's
great
another one coming out, but
idea.
I'm a little bit nervous because a couple of the voice actors were very, very old, like 80s, 90s. I don't know who's gonna make
Yeah.
it
To Kung Fu Panda 6.
because it takes them like 3 to 4 years to make a Kung Fu
How about-
Panda
I
movie.
mean, they're
How about-
really intricate.
They are. All of the animation details
Yeah.
are insane.
How about they just be done after 5?
I would like them to continue.
Because they don't want to be done after 5.
Okay.
Because they can easily keep going. 'cause
I
they're
would like-
such a good piece of film.
In
I would
10
like them to-
years, would like to take my child to the movie theater for Kung Fu Panda 12. Say, you are about to experience greatness.
Yes. You You should have that right.
I
to
should
be
have
able to do
that. That is pretty simple ask.
We're going to keep it going.
Yeah.
We'll be the next producers of Kung Fu Panda.
Single-handedly. Dual-handedly.
You're not going to be there.
No, I won't.
Kung Fu Panda hater.
Well, sorry, guys.
Well, do you like
My
animated
apologies.
movies?
Yeah. Yeah, I just have a thing against Disney. This is a Disney thing, right? Like a Pixar. Yeah. I have something against them just like they're like really trying to manufacture the same vibe that Disney had with just by redoing all the same movies over again.
So you don't like the live action?
No, I really don't. I really don't think things need to be made into live action when they were perfectly good the first
Yeah,
time.
I don't like any
I
of the
would
live
I would
action
agree.
remakes.
Especially
I like
The Lion King, like,
Or like the one that really got me was like they did like, is this Disney too? The How to Train Your Dragon.
that was
that
an actual
Disney?
pretty fantastic movie. Let's watch
say
what
Guess I
we
can't have an
say.
opinion.
No, it's open.
But
You
like,
can have it.
how can it even be live action when there are aspects of it, or like Lilo and Stitch too? How can it even be live action when there's parts of it that like kind of need to be in an animation style
Like The
in the
Little
first
Mermaid.
place? Like the
Well,
Little
there's been like
Mermaid.
CGI in movies
That's
since the beginning of time.
We don't need to get back into mermaids and how we feel about that, but
Had a long conversation yesterday about mermaids.
mermaids
did.
in their knees.
in their knees.
Mermaids in their knees.
Mermaids should not have knees.
They don't have knees. They have
They
tails.
don't. They have yes. Anyways, okay. Can we get back to Bingo?
Yeah.
Okay. Do we think it's okay at this point to just kind of do like a rapid fire?
Throw some out there.
All right. I have swim in a river.
Make a new friend.
Host a nice gathering or dinner.
Teach my cats a trick.
Read 5 books.
Paint a room or barn.
Knit a sweater.
Visit a museum.
Do an art class.
Try a new craft.
Visit a new national park.
Knit a scarf.
Go backpacking.
See the Northern Lights.
Start a junk journal.
Go stargazing.
Try a new workout class, specifically kickboxing.
Write a letter to someone and send it via mail.
Nice.
Take a pottery class.
Clean out my closet.
Hike in Acadia.
Cook something in a crock pot.
Day trip somewhere.
Spend a day tech free.
Ski 5 times.
Run a half marathon.
Create a 2026 scrapbook.
See my friend Shelby's comedy show.
Volunteer at a new organization.
Donate something.
Travel to a new state. I'm running out.
Find a new podcast. This one.
Run a 5K.
I also
Like a
have
fun
run
run.
a 5K.
Like a bubble run.
Should we do it together?
Yes.
We have a lot of plans after this.
Yeah, run a 5K is also one of mine.
I had bake a new recipe. Maybe after the 5K we could have like a treat. Some brownies or something, cookies perhaps.
Yep. A little, yeah, as a reward.
Sunrise on the beach.
Host a dinner party. I also have hosted a dinner party. I like that one. Not themed though. Just regular.
I also said see a live comedy show.
Yep.
But
So
I don't
did
have
I.
a friend I who
I have a.
You can come see my friend Shelby's
I have an
comedy
in.
show.
Shelby's
Yeah, you
comedy
can come.
show.
Let's do it together.
I will cheer
Is
so
Shelby
loud
funny?
for her.
She's funny, and she like hosts them too. She doesn't
Oh.
even like. There are some she'll go to when she is one of the comedians, but she also like puts them on. She lives in Boston.
Oh, is she
I'll
looking
will
for
plug
someone to
Wicked
do?
Queer Comedy. Look it up on Instagram and see her show dates.
Is she looking for somebody who's interested in starting maybe a stand-up career?
Yeah, like she'll go and like book people for her shows.
Shelby, I'm funny.
Yeah, exactly. Move to Boston.
Shelby, I'll be there if Brooke is coming.
Shelby, hire me, please.
She also does drag.
We can
I
all
can
do that
show.
too.
Yeah, we can go to that too. We need more spots on our cards.
I know. I like started running out of goals. Like there's so many things I want to do, but I have to keep it attainable and not overwhelm myself.
Yeah.
Because there's only
Agreed.
so much you can do in a year.
That's
you
why I had
know?
to put easy ones on, like go see a movie. That's
Yeah.
just something that I want to do.
I mean, watch
Doesn't
Sunrise
have to
on the
be-
beach is an easy one, but it's just something I
Yeah.
want to do, you
It
know?
doesn't have to be an
Mhm.
elaborate goal.
It'll make me feel good.
Yeah.
I like it.
Agreed.
Alrighty, everybody. Thank you guys so much for watching and listening to our 2026 New Year resolutions. Hope you guys will share some of yours in the comments. So if you are still watching on YouTube, give us a like, subscribe, put your resolution in the comments. Maybe they're similar to ours. If you're listening on Apple or wherever you listen to podcasts, rate us 5 stars and keep listening. Maybe we will do an update later this year, see who is getting bingo. Hope everybody has a great day. Happy 2026.